Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So we're going to get caught up on some Shonen Jump stuff today, as well as some of the next couple of read-throughs. Before we dive into the Shonen Jump stuff, there's just a little bit of house-clearing items to get through. So I'm going to be going on vacation next weekend onwards. So videos and read-throughs and stuff are going to be on break for a little while. So expect them to come back sometime, probably exactly, I think, mid-November. I expect them to come back during then. But in the meantime, before I go, I want to get caught up on everything so far. So we're going to get caught up with Akane-Banashi and Kaiju number 8 today. And then tomorrow, I think, Spy Family chapter should drop. So we'll get caught up with that, as well as the newest chapter of Akane-Banashi. And with regards to read-throughs, we'll do a volume of Bride's Story today. Maybe another one of Battle Angel Alita Mars Chronicle as well. If not, expect that tomorrow along with the rest of the Shonen Jump stuff. A lot of good stuff going to be coming your way this weekend, so if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Without further ado, let's dive into it with Akane-Banashi Story 131, Dismantled, with Rakugo supervision by Keiki Hayashiya, story by Yuki Tsunaga, art by Takamasa Moe, with translation by Stephen Paul, lettering by Sneeron. So I assume like a little cafe, you have not the visitor I'd expect to see. When I heard that Master Shiguma had, and you see Iken meeting with Maikaru. So when I heard that Master Shiguma had collapsed, and Maikaru's like, it's fine, we don't need to go into that. He's like, Nizuki looked dead serious and goes, what do you mean you're dismantling the Shiguma school? So let me pull up while I'm doing this, because I have my tablet with me. So let me just try to quickly pull up the Akane-Banashi chapter, just so I can point to any panels or things that I think are good. Alright. And you see Iken kind of just looking at him as he goes, senior leadership values your school quite highly. Is he grabbing a pack of smokes or is he picking them? Yeah, he's grabbing a pack of smokes. He's like, I personally have seen a number of your performances and was very impressed. Offering support during his hospital stay is something anyone can do. It can be easily be arranged on our end. We want you all to focus on your craft instead. Yeah, it's again to do that. And so Maikaru's like, to do that, you're dismantling the school. And he's like, well, there's no one to look after the Futatsumi and below. And Maikaru's like, I'll look after them. And he's like, you just graduated to Shinichi. That's the starting line. You have bigger problems to deal with. And he grimaces and he goes, Maikaru grimaces and goes, being an apprentice means having a parent-child relationship with your master. How can I call myself a son if I don't support my father figure? And Iken, as he just like grabs a smoke cigarette and lights it with a shwick, goes, I'll admit that this decision is a rather heartless one, but it's logical. I know you can see that. The Shiguma school will be dismantled, and the other 4 apprentices will be taken in by other guardians. And we pick back to Akane, where she just looks shell-shocked with Isho dropping the news of, your guardian is me. You will be under the care of Isho Arakawa. And Akane's like, huh? And she thinks back to him saying, this wreck of a man. It's like, the Isho school will take me in, meaning, and she thinks back to her mother asking, Shiguma, like, what did my husband do to deserve this? And she goes, I would be under Isho Arakawa. And she just thinks of like her father looking despondent after his expulsion from the school. He's got like tears streaming down his face. And she just furious is like, who would? Oh, God, I love that face. Hold on. Give me a second, sorry. Just pull it up on here. Yeah, but you see her just angry face. And you see a hand just coming to clamp on her shoulder. Like, what are you doing? I'm not usually one for hospital visits, but I didn't expect a whole audience. And you see a murmur. It's like this crowd building up outside. Was it Urara? And she's like, are you putting on a show? It's like, does your Rakugo obsession know no bounds? Try to control yourself. And she's like, Master Urara. And she kind of just like flips her sunglasses up and goes, oh, a familiar face appears. And she glances over at Shiguma and goes, I'm sure you're feeling unsettled. You two were the old Shiguma's children. So seeing your counterpart like this has to affect you. And he just goes, huh. And he just like walks out past them. And she's like, you haven't lost that cold edge. And you see like this crowd just like gathered outside of the room. And you have, dismantling the school guardians, what do you mean? You have Guriko going, "This is exactly the time where we should be supporting Master. And they want us to do what?" And she just laughs and goes, "I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's just, you seem so clueless. How very dense you both are. Let me ask you, what would Shiguma-kun think? Should his own apprentices be forced to waste valuable learning time on account of his own troubles? Or should the ongoing instruction he built for them be continued in his absence? Which of these options do you think?" And you just see like these slit snake eyes as she goes, "Demonstrates proper Kibataraki." Hold on, that sounds very, very familiar. I have to look up exactly word for that before. But again, facial expressions in this chapter have just been golden. And as she leaves, she's like, "Damn it! Is there really nothing we can do?" And Akane thinks back to, "There are things that need no words to understand. Ani-san and I swore an oath." And as she's about to leave, Akane chases after with, "Master Harara!" He's like, "Huh?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "What you said earlier. What did you mean when you said old Shiguma's children and counterpart?" And she was like, "It's none of your business." It's like, "You've known my master for a long time, haven't you?" And she's like, "Don't push it." She's like, "Master taught me Shiguma's art. I don't really want to invade people's privacy by digging into their past, but there's so much I still don't know. At this rate, I can't perform Kibataraki for Master because I don't know what would be best for him. Please, you have to tell me." God. What did the previous Shiguma mean to them? And you see like both of them just posing. On the one hand, alright, very clever way of having like Akane's thumb just like covering up the previous Shiguma's face. So you can't see what it looks like. On the other hand, it's like, come on, like this is such a cheap tactic to hide the identity of the previous Shiguma for no reason. But so let me look up this really quick to see what Kibataraki was. Oh man, it's from way from the beginning. All right, let me see if I can just quickly go into that chapter to kind of see what it was, because I remembered it from there. Sorry, give me a second here. I have to log in. Here we go. Hold on. Oh, so it's once we went for the bar training. It's like he wants me to learn Kibataraki if this is guy and make use of it in my Rakugo. So customer service here. Oh, mindful action, like the whole thing of like, oh, you have to be like mindful of like your audience and everything else. Alright, yeah. Honestly, that is a good callback of the entire chapters about like, you know, the epitome of Akane being selfish and not like considering her audience's needs or desires, things like that. Yeah, the whole thing about what he wants, like don't think about yourself. That is a good callback. So I guess some quick thoughts on the chapter. So again, I think this has been the most intrigued I want to say. I can't think of any other time I was super intrigued by an Akane-Banashi storyline as I have been by this one specifically. So I'm really, really excited to see like what direction it's going to go from here, because you know that Isho's training for Akane is going to be way more draconian than Shiguma's or any of the other teachers would be. So I'm really looking forward to seeing like kind of what kind of standards and stuff he's going to be setting for her, and he's going to like expect from her as well. So really looking forward to that. Apart from that, I hope we don't get like a tease or a dodge next chapter where we just kind of like skip ahead to Akane having found out like, you know, who Shiguma was. And sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry, my dogs are being dings. But sorry, I completely forgot. I hope we don't skip around like who Shiguma was and like what his whole deal with Isho and Shiguma was. With the whole thing. So I hope we do actually get like the proper backstory and we'll just skip past with like Akane having learned about it and being like making vague reference to like what happened, like what she learned, things like that. Yeah, apart from that, not much to say. Some exceptional kind of reaction faces and things. Yeah, really looking forward to the next chapter. So like I mentioned in the beginning, a lot of good stuff going to be coming your way this weekend, and after that I'll be on brief hiatus before I'm back mid-November. Until next time, this is Ash. We'll talk to you all later.